estate investors, people that are doing onesie, twosie stuff, people that are into the multi-units and renting those things out for cash flow, you're definitely the guy to call. Mike Van Vleck, Geneva Real Estate and Investments, 480-626-4062. Let's go to our next caller, Chris, out in Phoenix. Chris, welcome to the Real Estate Power Hour.
Yeah, thanks a lot for taking my call.
You got it. You have a question? You got a question for Mike?
Yeah, I sure do. I was considering investing in some of the rental real estate property that's available out there now. Mm-hmm. I was wondering what are some of the pros and cons of investing in property right now, and also what are my advantages by utilizing a property management company. I currently have a property right now that I've been doing myself, and I've had a couple issues. As far as had a evicted tenant probably about a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And what kind of things can I expect to try to avoid something like that again?
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, let me ask you, you guys, what do you think in terms of the current marketplace as far as investing in the market, especially here in Phoenix? What is the best part of that for a lot of investors?
Well, Brandon, we talk about it on the show all the time. We're picking up properties in some of these outerlying areas for $20 to $30 a square foot. And like you said, if there's any more drop in price in some of these specific locations, they're going to be practically free.
And that's a great point. But it also comes down to, what are your other investment options? Stock market? You want to buy your ticket and jump on that roller coaster? Go for it.
Bond market?
And I love roller coasters, but I'm not going to get on that one.
Yeah, it's one of those things where real estate, it's something you can touch, see, feel, get involved with it if you want to. You don't have all of your eggs in a basket where you're kind of relying on a larger company to where you have no say-so on what's going on, really. So I like the real estate, even if it's a not-so-okay market. But right now we got a huge opportunity in front of us, and we should for a while. But, those clients out there doing the buy and hold and looking for some of these cash flows, I think it's a no-brainer.
Well, let's talk about it for a minute. A lot of these properties that we're picking up, Brandon, we're buying anywhere from the 40, sometimes less, but let's just say on average for the buy and hold strategy, the $40,000 to $60,000 price range. Mike, for our clients, have been renting these things out anywhere from the $750 to $900 a month mark, and that's at those prices, those buys. How much of a no-brainer could it get?
Double-digit returns. Let's say it takes 30 days to get one rented out, which we don't see happen. It's single-family residential. They get snatched up pretty quick, especially after our rehab process has been done to them. You guys, nice steady return. Mike lays it all out for you in a nice format at the end of the year for the tax man. And it's also a seamless transaction too. When you work with Arizona Investment Link, and we get these properties for you, it's a nice handoff to Mike, and Mike knows what we expect, and which is quite a bit compared to most companies out there. So he knows he's got to be on top of his game to get these things rented out. Otherwise, he's got to answer to us, which thank God he hasn't had to deal with that yet, because he's been doing such a great job for our clients.
Right. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, well, in any market where, you and Brandon had mentioned investing in the current market, you can get a 10 to 15% cash-on-cash return. There really isn't, even though you take into the liquidity component, illiquidity of real estate, you really aren't, in terms of the stock market, the bond market, or any other types of investments, especially in this expectation of the market being highly inflationary. Having a tangible asset such as real estate is where you want to be, especially even if there's a leverage component of it or not. That's the best place to be. Now, the second part of that question was, what's the benefit of hiring a property manager versus doing it yourself? And there's obviously a couple of things. One, I think first and foremost, are legal issues. A lot of owners don't understand the current landscape, the legal landscape, whether it's the Arizona Landlord-Tenant Act, fair housing laws, or what have you. They typically don't understand that. They're not intimately involved with it. So that's a big one. The second thing is revenue. In my experience, when I take on a property that somebody was doing it themselves, I typically am able to usually get higher rents for the property than they were getting, and that's simply because We know where the market is. We're more responsive. We're getting more phone calls, and we have the ability usually to get there faster than an owner does because they're working full time. They're at a job. They don't have the time to get over there at 11 in the afternoon. So that's, I think, is a big thing. Obviously, their lack of experience usually costs them either in revenue. They have tenant issues. They're not keeping up with what the tenant needs, things like that. So there are a lot of advantages to using a property manager versus doing it yourself.
Does that make sense, Chris?
Yeah, it sure does. Well, I'll, when I'm ready to make a move, I'll give you guys a call and see what we can do from there.
That would be fantastic. Thanks for listening to Real Estate Power. And we come back. We have Jeremy Bessie with Farmers Insurance. Jeremy, you're going to be on next.
Yes, sir.
Are you fired up?
Ready to go, man.
Fantastic. Stay tuned for more Real Estate Power after.
KFNN brings you the latest with this information update. KFNN News Time is 1:30.
Arizona News Radio. How hot is it going to get? More record and near record temperatures in the forecast for much of the state for the remainder of the week, with some desert locations reaching 116 or higher.
With the high right on top of us, it's not a very favorable pattern to get moisture into central Arizona, so we're not really expecting that at this time. The high might start shifting a little bit more towards the weekend, and we could get a little bit more moisture in here.
Paul Iniguez with the Weather Service in Phoenix. In Chandler, a 3-year-old boy has died after being found inside a car outside his family's home. Police think the child climbed into the vehicle, shut the door, and couldn't get out.
We don't know for sure how long he was there. The mother is estimating that it was about 30 minutes that she didn't know where he was at.
Detective David Raymer says the boy's 24-year-old mother was busy with schoolwork inside their home and called police when she couldn't find the boy. 6 suspects arrested after a high-speed chase that went from Phoenix into the desert near Casa Grande. Police pursuing 2 stolen cars in West Phoenix. 5 arrested at a convenience store. 2 others fled into the desert. Jeff Scott, Arizona News.
Saving money is all the rage these days. Kind of the in thing to do. Like growing a beard. Well, here's a tip for you. You could save hundreds on your car insurance by switching to Geico. And then you could look all fancy with your beard and brag. Look at me. Look all the money I saved with Geico. You don't even have to mention me. Although, for the record, I've been talking about saving money long before it was ever cool. Now, if only I could grow a beard.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Wanted you to get the first look at some new initiatives to advertise Geico savings.
Planes?
I call it flyvertising.
Well, that's a long banner, sir. Let me see. Geico saves you money with great rates and could save you even more with great discounts. Get defensive driver discounts, good driver discounts, and
Wait, here comes the second plane.
multi-car discounts.
I ran out of room on the first banner.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
To invest wisely, get a plan and stick to it.
The man with a plan is Mark Selesno.
Catch an hour of Mark Monday afternoons at 1 on 1510 KFNN.
Arizona Investment Link is a proven real estate powerhouse specializing in foreclosure auction bidding services. There are several companies in the Valley that provide bidding services, but you'll be hard-pressed to find a company that offers a seamless investment process from start to finish. Arizona Investment Link provides each investor with a list of homes available at auction and a breakdown of all costs associated with buying that home through close of escrow. That's title status, back taxes, selling title fees, and whether or not you'll be bidding on a first lien position.